Our sponsors: The Finkley Experience, HBCU First, The Jamal Bakes Morning Show, J&J Leadership Academy. Thank you for your contributions towards The Michael Finkley Show. HBCU First. HBCU First Incorporated is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. HBCU First is a student-led community advancing the well-being and economic participation of America's Black youth. As the leading HBCU internship and mentoring academy, we empower elite students from 70-plus historically Black colleges and universities with in-demand college-to-career skills. For more information, visit their website, www.hbcufirst.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ursula Robinson, Miss Linda from Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black, and you're watching the only show to watch, The Michael Finkley Show.
There's a new familiar face this time. Say hello to the new daytime. See it everywhere you go. New and the greatest show. It's no other than the Michael Finkley Show. There is no other. He's like no other. I'm so glad that someone resonates with me. I'm so glad it's turned into
Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Now, my next guest, let me break this down for you, Fink fam. Multi-talented life artist himself, 9-time Grammy-nominated artist, 2-time Emmy Award-winning artist himself. He's none other than B.Slade. How
are you? Man, thank you for having me, man. I'm excited.
Whoa. Like, I am very excited to be chatting with you for these few moments. Like, literally, I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope I'm not crying. But I'm excited to be chatting with you these few moments. I know that we've been going back and forth on social media a lot these last few years, and I'm like, yes. When I saw the email, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Now it's the time.
Yes.
Now is the time. Now it's the time.
I'm excited about it. I was saying, earlier off camera, we're the best versions of ourselves now for this type of interview. You have to grow into yourself and then grow again. So I think we're just at the right space and right time in life, and so it just brought it together.
I definitely agree. Definitely agree. So let's get right into it. I know that you have some amazing things happening coming up. So let's dive right into it. 30 years. When you look back over your career, 30 years.
When I look
plus,
over my
life. 30 years. What does that mean to you? What does that number mean to you?
Thousands of songs. Thousands of songs. It means thousands of songs. Just I write about every aspect of my life in real time. Sometimes it's released in real time, sometimes it's not, but 30 years, just I have musical children that are 30 years old, things that came out of and through me, not from me, I guess, through me. And they've grown to be 30 years old. That's incredible to me. It went by fast, but I honestly still feel like I just got out of high school, so I don't know what to do with that. I feel more secure just in my artistry and my eccentricity. There was a time where I was constantly censoring or compressing or pasteurizing my truth, how I want to express myself as a rock star. And it took about that long, 30 years, just to get to the point to be happy about where I'm at and seeing doors open as a result of embracing that.
Mm-hmm.
So it took 30 years to get to the point to make the decision to go ahead and just go ahead and be that rock star God called me to be.
I love that because, like you said before, sometimes it does take that time for us to realize who we are. Yeah. We have different seasons in our lives, right? We go through different things. Yeah. And so for you to say 30 years later, I am who he said I am in this right. What has music taught you over these last 30 years? And what are you still learning?
I'm learning that good music doesn't have an expiration date. I've had songs that I wrote like 20 years ago that resurfaced or were recorded by another artist, and you would think it was something that was written for what's happening right now. So I think music has taught me that it's timeless when you don't try to put a date on things. Contemporary music can be classic music too. It's just what are your intentions when you're making the music and making the beat? Do you want it to be something that will be sampled later on? Is it something that you want to have longevity past your own interests? You know, music has taught me patience with myself, how to be gracious with myself. It has never judged me. It has been my safe journal where I can voice the deepest sentiments of my heart without compromise. I'm most brave in the booth and on stage. Music taught me how to stand up for my rights, taught me how to pray, taught me how to unlearn my own ideologies. It taught me how not to judge my ego, because that's how I measure my worth. It taught me that false humility is cringe. Own your gift. It taught me global harmony, the way I wish the world would sing together. I just imagine it through my music. Songs like 2182 is that utopian world of where music, unites us. And all these different races come together for something bigger than our own interests. And we need that right now. And music taught me how not to be ashamed of that quest. It's a quest and it's a lonely one, but it's all worth it. It's all worth it now. Like I see why I wasn't ready to give the music that's needed right now until I really owned who God wants me to be. And I had to step away from the scene where you're supposed to find that out for a little while to find myself outside of what my parents may have expected of me or what my organization may have been putting on me. Music helped me set my own self free so that my destiny doesn't get caught up in someone else's version of what they think I am when I know who God made me to be. That took years to unlearn. And there's foundational truths that music has taught me as well, that you can trust the book. When I was doing Dreamgirls, I was playing James Thunder early. It was my first time doing that role. And the maestro who was doing the music director, I was taking jabs at different embellishments in Dreamgirls and things, just bringing my own flavor to it. And he said, you probably should just trust the book. And that changed it because he's like, this book has already worked in one tone. The way it already is already good. We try to embellish things sometimes so much that we'll miss the essence of what that artist was originally trying to say and wonder why the crowd don't get the same reaction. Is because the crowd can discern this was strictly about your technique, but not about you reverencing what already is good and sticking to that book. And if something should pop out, it's because it really popped out, not because you're trying to prove a point that you can pop out. Music taught me that. Music taught me that. All these years, these are the things I'm still learning and unlearning about myself.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry to be so verbose, but you asked.
No, not at all.
I always find it strange that people want us to sum up someone's life that's 40 and 50 years long and leave your comments to 2 minutes. Leave your remarks to this whole life that has affected me, I'm supposed to sum up in a couple of minutes now. And I just thank you for giving me the opportunity to express it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Question.
Definitely. Definitely, because like you said, I feel that from what I got from what you were saying, it's a continuous process, right? We live, we learn, and we continue to grow. We
Yes.
definitely continue to grow.
Yes.
And so that lesson that we learned 5 years ago could go back. You know what? 5 years later, I'm still learning this lesson.
Yeah.
Haven't left it yet. There's still something more I need to grasp from it. So I'm glad that you took the time to really just break it down for us. Because
Yeah.
sometimes we miss the moment of reflection and we miss the moment of really honing in to this is a part of my craft. This is a part of my ministry. So
Yeah.
I'll have to share it with the
Got
world.
chills. That's great. It's craft, it's ministry. They're
Yeah.
synonymous. People try to separate them.
Yeah.
People think anarchy means anointing. You just let the spirit have his way. But actually, God moves even more succinctly and demonstratively when there's ecclesiastical order.
Mm-hmm.
These are lined up a certain way. Like if you have a good order of service and it's done the right way, it's very powerful. It actually sets up a greater breaker. And then that is laid out there so that if something should happen or God decides to segue in the spirit, at least we still have this spine. At least we still have this understanding, and God works in that line upon line and precept upon precept. I've even learned to be moderate about my moderation. Sometimes we get too moderate and we get stuck. You get stuck between vines. I'm not going forward, but I'm not backsliding either. So, but in order to get to that next vine, one of those vines has to get released. This is the time of my life where I release the vine, not the true vine, but my own fears and intrepidations and self-imposed melancholy, because I try to anticipate the blow. I try to anticipate the dragging, and then sometimes there's no one thinking about you, but you're so used to the attack that you always like, "What's up?" And they're like, "I just wanted to know if you want to go eat," But I'm like, "What's up?" So I've music also helped me evolve with my response, taking a beat before I reply. I've grown up a great deal in that department.
Wow. So, and some people would say, as you just talked about, your fears,
Yeah.
and just kind of overcoming them.
Yeah.
Many people say, "What? He's B.Slade, right? Where he is, to what he's accomplished. What took him so long to accomplish these things and to say no more fear? This is me. What brought you to this point?" So, what would you say to those individuals, like that had that mind saying of no, no.
There are times when I'm recording things and I'm listening back to it and I'm like, I can't believe I said that, because I be so real. Like when I'm in the booth, I'm saying like whatever's going on in my life, I'm just saying it. So sometimes, like recently, like the song Nervous. And when I first listened back to it, and I was like, listen to what I was saying. And it was true. It was like a dope R&B song because I miss like that type of like real slow R&B vibe. And when I got to a certain part of the song, I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I just said that, like, but it also showed that I wasn't afraid to grow and be vulnerable, because as an artist, you have to put your balls out there. You really do. A true artist is going to feel vulnerable, or else you're just too aware of yourself. You're into the caricature of the artist you could become. But a real artist is pretty vulnerable, and that's embarrassing. That's humiliating, but I'm willing to go through that just to bank on the fact there's somebody else who'd be like, I relate to this dude so much on so many levels. That's life artist means it's not just the booth. The booth is just for truth, right? We don't step in here, even if
Wait, no, you can't bypass that.
what?
No. The booth is for truth.
The booth is for the truth. If you're gonna sit down in there, people have things they need to do. They have bills they need to pay. We're in a crazy market right now, and the last thing they need is someone making up something that sounds dope. You know how many people know how to make things sound dope? You know how many dope artists there are out there right now? Like that can just make things sound good. But have you noticed only a few artists make you feel something? Only a few make you like get actual chills. Well, part of that is saying the lyrics that the average just singer wouldn't say, or the average person thinks they want to get into business wouldn't say, but somebody who's an artist is like, hey, this is a chapter of my life that may not be comfortable for you, but my catharsis is through this truth in the booth. And if you're not ready to do that, I don't think you're a recording artist, in my opinion. I think you're someone who does music and who is finding themselves. But a true recording artist, this is my punching bag. This microphone in this booth is sanctuary. It is confessional. It's restoration. See, I'm a studio rat. I'm just now breaking out into my stage like breakout, like because I'm not thinking about it no more. I'm just having fun up there and it's different. But I'm normally a studio rat because I have no one to answer to. It's just me and the music and God, and I don't have to like be anybody else. And I'm gonna say what I need to say. The booth is for the truth. I'm not gonna get behind this mic and sing something I don't really feel. I'd rather not. And I'm not saying everything has to be some kind of like, real heavy, aggressive rock situation, or I'm just going on. Da, 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 da. I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying whether it's a soft spoken word of some truth of mine, or it is rage and resistance. I want the truth of how I deliver it to be received so well because they know I've lived it, I've experienced it, or I've observed somebody else's life and I can tell that story as if it's my own, like a Whitney Houston. She could literally take someone else's lyrics and you would think she penned them because she learned as a recording artist to apply her own personal experiences and truth in a way that made those lyrics do things you can't just read off paper. You need a conduit that can take that through them, not from them. And I think that's what's wrong. A lot of people have mastered YouTube and studying YouTube riffs and studying the greats and Brandy and Kimberell and Jasmine Sullivan and all the other amazing artists that there are vocalists. And they have learned it very well. They've emulated it down to the T, and it's faster, it's wider, it's deeper. But oftentimes I still don't feel anything because all I hear is just you have a dope technique and you need those skills. But a true recording artist is not just let me show you what I can do, it's let me show you how I feel. And that ain't always something a stylist can put together. That ain't something that the makeup artist can beat out or on you. That's another place that if you want to be remembered, you got to do some scary shit. Because the ones playing it safe, you forget about them. You're like, oh, they were cool, they were a nice person, but they move on quickly. But the ones that made a real impact, that were fearless, it goes beyond their existence. And it still convicts beyond the grave. Yeah.
I didn't realize I was going to get a word today.
Yeah, brother. It's awesome. It was good.
Wow. Especially someone like myself that is new to the music aspect of it all. I was nominated for a Grammy this season.
Yeah.
And it was just such an amazing experience. And so for you to go into so much truth of because of what you learned and what you experienced in this industry of trying to reclaim who you are as an artist, as a person first, but then as an artist. It just speaks more volumes. It speaks volumes. So thank you for being so real and
Thank
just
you.
genuine. Because if I would have talked to anyone else, I feel that's industry wise, right? I would have gotten the generic answers of a person that's in the industry. But
And there's distinction, you know, that has its place too. Like I love a good pop art, you know. I like, you know, bopping beats. I like vehicular bops. I like sticky music. It doesn't always have to be some dissertation or some heavy social commentary for me. You know, I like sticky, quick, getting out, you know, fast food, just a quick, let's have fun vibes. I have those bops. I make those. I like those too. But imagine a world with only Pop Tarts, no chicken, no steak, no broccoli, no asparagus, no kale. Like it's just Pop Tarts every day. And I'm sure you could survive off of it, but after a while, you need something more. However, I don't just want a bunch of fancy food all the time. Sometimes I need a quick fix. So it's having moderation in your moderation. Yeah.
thank you for the lesson. Thank you. For that. Oh wow. That's always something, that's always my prayer to get something from the interview as well as a host. Like, well, I'm gonna get mine too. I don't care what everybody else is. I'm gonna get mine because I want to do better in life. That's always my
That's right.
Hi, it's Dick Jeremy. I'm a television and film actor, and you're watching The Michael Finkley Show.
Hello, everybody. It's Finkley from the Finkley Experience. We're an educational consulting firm that specializes in first-generation education. So we assist students with their college and career endeavors. We train school administrators on the state of first-generation students. And also, we partner with colleges and universities to assist their first-generation population for easy transition from high school to college. So if you're looking for a presenter or a speaker that presents on these topics and so much more, visit our website at thefinkleyexperience.com and learn about all that we do. We're looking forward to working with you. Looking for some of the best soul food right here in Mullen, South Carolina? I promise you, come on down to Garden Alley.
Our grape salad's fabulous, our Watergate, our potato salad, our chicken is fresh, macaroni and cheese is salted to perfection. I haven't found anything that's not great. Best ever.
Banana pudding, cakes, pies. Yeah. Selection is huge. Garden Alley is an awesome place to eat. I really love it.
Come by and see the amazing staff at Garden Alley, downtown Mullins. So let's talk about this historic experience, his debut at the Westgate Las Vegas Resort and Casino International Theater, the B.Slade Experience, BSX.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, like B.Slade, the superhero, really was birthed in New York.
Mhm.
Now, my take on it as a comic book type, I feel like I get to take all the things that have been in my head all these years visually. I had to wait for technology to catch up with the things that were in my mind and how it could come from the mind into the computer. And now with ChatGPT and AI, I'm able to do that.
Yep.
So this is my favorite show because the visuals are so, it's everything I've been wanting, like 15 years, it's been 15 years I've been doing B.Slade. And I finally get to like see it the way I've always wanted it. I'm so excited, like how the music's gonna look with the visuals, and the visuals look with the lights, and the lights look with the hair, and the hair with the costumes. And every song everybody knows. 5 stops like a train, right? Because I'm like, I grew up on Soul Train. Yeah. Hey, right? So 5 stops. My favorite stop, I believe, is probably going to be stop number 4, which is Hensley and Nell, because I'm gonna take them like from rock to pop culture to R&B, and I'm talking about the good R&B. Victoria Monet and Lauryn Hill and Blackstreet and all that stuff. Babyface. But 4 is Hensley and Nell. That's the street that my home church was on, Greater Apostolic Faith Temple. But at that time, it was just Apostolic Faith Temple. So people are finally going to see the songs that made me and that birthed that anointing and oil within me in a casino where Elvis Presley had a residency from 1969 through 1976, where Manilow has a permanent residency, where Streisand and Diana Ross and all the Toto, Air Supply, Stephanie Mills, all these people who I have seen and studied that independently, without agency, just God and ambition, and a few good men. You don't need a whole squad. You just need a few people that believe in you. I pack light, and they help me see this through. Some of which I've known since 1998. How this came about was through relationships. Not just let me hit you up when I'm up to something. No, but checking in on each other when there's nothing going on. Don't be so shallow. Then when people see you, see them more than just your professional career clients. They're like, I'm more than willing to help because I believe in your intention. Get a few people. And that small group got me into a big place. We're trying to get a bunch of people to get us into small places. But all you need is a few people to get you into a big place. Why? Because it's not how many, you don't take consensus. Well, they have this many people in their squad. They have this many people at their label. They have this many people. That's great. But these days, with the technology that's out right now, you just need a few good people that believe in your vision. And they help me see it through. Everyone talks about it, bro. Everybody has a vision about what they're trying to do. And I knew I wanted to be in Las Vegas. I want a residency. I'm a showman. I'm an entertainer. I want to move and move people. Like, I love it. I've been hiding in the studio too long. It's time for me to like break out and show y'all what I'm really about. Like, I've been hiding that. I've been compressing that this whole time. Like, some of y'all thinking like, what do you mean? I thought you was already. I'm telling you, you guys haven't seen me really like go there. And this is that concert where y'all gonna see for the first time ever in the world me breaking out as a rock star I always knew was inside of me on my terms with no label, management, agency, just me and God in a small squad. I'm proud of myself, okay? This was crazy hard to do, but I know what I'm called to do and where I'm supposed to be, and it's in mixed crowds. I don't do well in just church crowds or mainstream crowds or gay crowds or straight crowds, old crowds or young crowds. I don't do well in any of them separately. I like unity through music. Like, you look at Prince's audience, it was mixed. You look at Janet's audience, it's mixed. That's what this BSX experience is, me bringing all types of walks together that never would have even thought they'd be in the same room together, finding out y'all got way more in common than you know. Music is that common denominator. And so I'm giving them songs every step of the way, these 5 steps, these 5 stops. They know the music. And if they don't know all the words, they've heard the song. It took me about 3 years to develop and learn and study audiences from different regions, what their likes and dislikes were, because I wanted to be an effective communicator as a showman. Like a Diana Ross is like, she does a good work. She knows how to unify people through music all these years. Like Miss LaBelle does good work. She's been unifying people for many, many years through her work. Well, these are all people I toured with, studied, and now I'm taking all that these master senseis have given me and applying it so I can be a great hybrid bridge for all of these different sectors that I represent, all of them in some way. Who better could do that except somebody like me who is sent to mix it all up and shake it all up? Hello, that's why I'm here. So to see it come from here, through my heart, at that particular venue, it's not just B.Slade's in Vegas. Elvis, this was his performance home. Now it's Barry Manilow's home. The stakes are high. Yeah, this is a great opportunity, but there's a lot of people depending on me to deliver. Let's talk about that.
Yep.
There's ushers and security and crew. There's bellmen. There's valet. They're all depending on me to show up, deliver, get the people in, and see them through safely. This is a serious responsibility. So I believe I was able to get here to pull it off because I've learned how to be in high pressure situations. I was doing the Dodgers game, man, and I had to time the national anthem with an overhead like jet flying by. So I had to like literally sit down and talk with these pilots, like, yo, this is a matter of seconds and milliseconds. You got to have precision and in front of the Dodger crowd. You really don't want to mess up there, man. You don't want to mess up there. So I've been in those high pressure situations, and God has graced me to be able to get through them and nail them and still include the anointing and a touch of my personality too. Now I've been prepared to handle what comes with a show like this. The fiscal responsibility, the production responsibilities, making sure everyone feels seen and they don't feel like they're the background of my foreground, to be a collaborator and not a dictator, to be gracious but yet assertive. These are all things I had to be groomed for so that I don't do what I've complained about with others. I've seen what not to do. So let me do it the right way. Let me go in a week ahead of time and shake hands and meet the least of the staff at this hotel. That's what I did. Hey, I'm going to be here May 3rd. My name is B.Slade. I just wanted to meet y'all and just tell you I'm coming through. Oh, we saw you up on the, wow, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. They're like, wow, you know, they start giving me where I'm supposed to go and letting me know all the things I need to look out for and do. But I want them to know if I'm coming to, this is y'all's house. I'm a guest in y'all's house. This is a legendary place. Let me introduce myself. This is your turf. I should be on y'all's good side, right? So I do that with the crew. After every show, I thank each and every crew member so that they can say, hey, man, not only was that a good show, that B.Slade guy is a stand-up dude. He respects even the least, the ones who aren't seen, the janitor to the person folding napkins. It's the same. I'm the same because the chief is the servant. The folks you thinking sweeping up stuff, cutting hair, doing services for others, picking up things, moving things, you just thinking, oh, that's his blue collar. No, those are kings and chiefs and shamans because they've learned how to serve. So I want to meet these shamans. I want to meet these servants. I want to meet these people who most folks pass by. But no, I need your energy to help this show be a success too, because it starts before they get to the theater. right? Those ushers are ushers just like it's a church. If they have had interactions with me that are less than pleasurable, I'm not sure if they're going to be nice to the fans because they're like, this is this jerk's fans, well, whatever. But if they had a good experience, they're like, I want to do my best to make sure the whole experience is good, not just the concert part. You got to think about the whole thing. Most people just trying to get the check and get the fame and get the this and get the that. And it's like, no, you want to be remembered as someone we want to have back. Because I've seen it. I've seen when certain names pop up and you'll see a crew at a hotel or some venue and they'll be like, oh God, so-and-so's coming. The Eagle's about to land. Gird your loins. I don't want that to precede me. I wanted to be like, Slade's in town. Oh man, that dude was the coolest. He talked to my cousin. He got on the phone. We had breakfast. We chopped it up. Like it's the before and after that make that middle section worth it all because there's so much going on behind the scenes that the crowd don't know. But they don't care about what problems I'm having backstage. They just want their food hot and fresh and sanctified. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want, like artists who do want residencies or doing Vegas or any type of big venue, even if it's small, but when you're going to that next level, don't switch up how kind you were when you were on the climb. Keep that same spirit. It works all the way through. Your gift may make room for you, but your personality is what's going to make them want you to come back. This is a gifted nigga, but man, is he a jerk. Man, he was, wow, I'm surprised. I didn't think he'd be like that. But do you want it? But do you really want it? I'm talking to myself. All right, it's here now. Now that you got the mic, Slade, what do you have to say? That I'm dope, that I'm this, that I'm that, or I'm elevating. We're all elevating. We're all, I'm edifying. I'm teaching, I'm unlearning. I didn't feel safe enough to share that part of the experience before. And this project, I've been working on it since November. This BSX project has been a journey. So I'm taking all the heat, the frustrations, the grief, the sudden loss, the sudden emergencies that happen that come with any production, especially live. But I'm channeling all that like some Black Panther vibranium. Remember in Black Panther when he would get like impact and then he'd take the impact and then like he'd repurpose the impact and then throw that back out with 100 times more energy. Whoever comes to this show is about to feel that work. They're about to feel everything I've been through this entire time for the first time in a way that's so liberated, so free, so fierce, so focused, so ready. And I'm gonna be able to have a good time. I'm smiling more than I've ever smiled before in my life because I'm being myself. I'm truly being the rock star God called me to be, the life artist he called me to be. And it's debuting my first time in Las Vegas, my first ever Vegas casino show. I just think people should be there to see that happen for me, especially the ones who've seen what has happened to me. Let's not just gather together for when calamity hits my life. Let's also keep that same energy when something good finally happens. And this is good. I'm so excited.
I love this. It's like you're finally giving birth. You're finally giving birth. You said a while ago, as you were talking, that you were proud of yourself. Why are you so proud of yourself?
Ambition and tenacity. My audacity levels are at the highest it's ever been. I've always been an audacious man, but now like the audacity is like you know, when people say, how dare you? It's like, why not? It's like, that's what art's supposed to be about. And I'm proud of myself for shaking up my own personal table, not just industry tables. I've done that a few times, you know, where I just be like, oh, I'm flipping, I'm doing this. You know, I've done that a few times. But this was where my personal tables got shook. So I'm proud of myself for not allowing myself to get complacent in my last victory, to keep it rookie, no matter how many wins I may have. You know what I'm saying? Veteran knowledge, but rookie hunger. That's always been my motto.
Oh, and I must go into this as well. Here at the Michael Finkley Show, season 8, we talk about this the celebration of dreams. I
Yeah.
feel like this is our biggest dream come true. What is your next biggest dream?
I want my clothing line, Plush Boy, you know, to be everywhere. You know, like just out there. That's my next biggest dream, is to move from things that are streamable to things that are tangible. And you know, yeah, I'm really into fashion and comfortable fashion and lazy productive fashion and things of that nature. So I think my biggest dream now is to see Plush Boy become so big that it becomes the capital that I need to market myself the way I know I need to be marketed, instead of trying to convince labels and corporations of my artistic aptitude and financial potential. Because whoever does finally invest in me, they're going to make a lot of money. And so until that happens, I'm going to just invest in myself. And my dream is to see Plush Boy like it's just a household name. It's something that everybody already knows about. So I'm heading there now, but I want to change the culture. I just want to make a dope line. I want it to have an impact where it's just like, I remember when this dude was pressing this stuff up on lives, and then it went from that, and now it's changing lives. Like, that's my dream. Yeah.
This is amazing. So May 3rd, get your tickets. How can we get our tickets to the B.Slade experience? How can we get our tickets?
You go on Ticketmaster, you go to Westgate, you just type it in anywhere, really. There's a link in my bio. Instagram is B.Slade Now, BSLADE Now. My ex is BSLADE Now, same thing. And my Facebook is B.Slade Fans. So facebook.com/B.Slade Fans. TikTok as well, BSLADE Now. And yeah, Ticketmaster, that's the main place. I'm looking forward to it. I hope everybody just comes out and supports me. Like, I've won a residency, and the only way that that's going to happen is if they see I can bring people to the yard. So help me out.
Exactly. There we go. And that person in the front row that will be there May 3rd, 2025, to watch an amazing experience. What do you want that person to leave with?
They want more. They're left wanting more, but got more than they ever expected. That's really what I want them to walk away with. They had a good time.
And I cannot expect persons not to have a good time when we're watching B.Slade, everybody. Oh, come on. Come on. This is what we're talking about. Well, I want to thank you so much for just being with us, sharing your story, being real, being authentic, being your true self, because that's who we love.
Yes.
And you as an artist. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on your show, man. And congratulations to you for your 8th season. I plan on coming back if you have me.
Oh, listen, we're working on season 9, so you're already in the Rolodex. Listen, you're already in the Rolodex. So yeah, we're gonna definitely make that happen. Thank you for being with us. And Think fam, thank you so much for watching. And remember to always pursue your dreams. Have a good one.
Biggest dream come true. Oh my,
as life passes by. Reaching for the stars that sit on high. On every mountain peak, I see